She was. Okay. Hi, my name is Belen Vilarrasa, Corriero. Bitch. This is gonna take a while. Okay.
This is all going in.
What? No. Hi, my name is Belen Vilarrasa Corriero. I am a first-year film major at SVA, and I'm from New York City. Why did I want to become a filmmaker? Well, I went to a film-based high school, Academy for Careers in Television and Film, in Long Island City. And I actually really didn't want to do film when I went to that high school. My mom liked the school, and she thought that I would be very into filmmaking because all I did was watch television, rather than do any of my homework. My teacher went around asking the students why they chose to come to the school and why they wanted to be filmmakers and etc. And I literally responded. I said, I don't want to be here. I told her I didn't want to become a filmmaker. I had no interest in film. And that was that. And actually 4 years later, that same teacher was writing my recommendations to SVA. So the way that my high school curriculum works is my freshman and sophomore year, they teach you the basis of filmmaking. They do camera work, lighting, set design, hair and makeup, and much more. Then before junior year, you choose a specialty, and it was abundance of, like I said, camera work, directing, grip and electric, hair and makeup, and set design, and I specialized in directing. I chose to be in directing. It was honestly very, very professional. The teachers, though they did have a lot of input and a lot of help in trying to manage everything, they weren't the heads. The teachers we would direct the teachers. We would tell the teachers what we wanted and what we wanted from them. So it was very nice to get that opportunity. Thanks, Mom, for making me go to that school, because I would not be where I am today if I didn't go to that high school. About 3 years ago, I did a short film here at SVA. I did a summer pre-college program, and that was actually one of my favorite films that I've ever done. It was a pizza murderer. And this guy was going around and he was delivering pizzas. And when people wouldn't give him his well-deserved 20% tip, he would kill them with his pizza cutter. And that was actually a lot of fun. I was working with these two other guys who we were randomly picked. And it was a really interesting experience for me because this was in my sophomore year. So I hadn't really done anything too professional. But SVA actually gave me a really good taste of what a real production looks like, and it gave me a good idea of what going to school at SVA would be like. I think that also gave me a really big advantage when I was picking colleges, because I already knew what equipment SVA had, and I wasn't only following what people were telling me, I was following personal experience, and a very positive personal experience.
Thank you to the whole film crew, you guys, literally. I want to give a huge thank you to my little sister, Belen.
This past summer, before college started, I did a music video for my brother. His first ever original single came out, Your Night Out, and it was a really big production. I had never worked with a music video before. And when we were putting it together, my best friend and I, Hannah, who has been the other half of our little production company, Banana Productions, she and I came together with my brother and brought this idea to life. It took us about a month to put that together, and then finally, once we did, we shot everything in about a week. First, we started off in some sketchy ass areas in Brooklyn, where we had 3 cameras going on. We had one camera through the sunroof, we had one camera going out through a window, and then we had the trunk open with a very expensive camera sitting, well, on a person, sitting in the trunk where another 2 people were holding lights that we rigged to the car. And all of that while the car was going about 20 miles per hour, following my brother Alejandro on a bike, who was sort of, following the car. And those shots came out just unremarkably well. They were clear, that you could see him well, and it was just a very beautiful shot, and that's some of my favorite work that I've ever done. It will always be a very important piece that I've done, especially because it's so personal to me, because it's my brother, and I know that he loved working with me and I loved showing him everything that I could do. Both of my parents went to SVA. They both BFA'd in sculpture and painting, and then they proceeded to work in museums like the Guggenheim and the MoMA. My grandfather was the first graduating class of SVA. He also studied painting and sculpture work like my father. I grew up an artist. I grew up being around artists, and I couldn't have seen myself going anywhere else or being anywhere else. Especially following in my parents' footsteps makes going to SVA a little more special. Knowing that the buildings that I am taught in and the buildings that I'm learning what I love to do in, my parents did the same thing 30, 40 years ago. So it's very special.